This is from, I don't even know what year.
I'm hoping to go to either MyEd, Pratt Institute in New York, or even Marquette University downtown for probably marketing and advertising or graphic design.
When we went through the detailed ultrasound with Caitlin, it was pretty obvious something wasn't quite right.
And I remember him grabbing my hand during this, and he said, "Oh boy."
Caitlin's 4-chamber view of the heart was abnormal. And actually, Caitlin had very complex congenital heart disease.
And I don't think, if I recall correctly, they had seen that exact combination before.
In fact, so complicated that could not be repaired in a standard way.
A friend of mine who actually lost her baby in the first few weeks due to an undiagnosed congenital heart defect. And telling her I was a little afraid to decorate the nursery because I didn't know what to expect. She came home for a day, but Dr. Frommelt wanted to see her at Children's the next day, and so we were packing Caitlin up. My 3-year-old at the time, Whitney, is all concerned. She says, "Are you taking her back? Are you returning her?" The baby with this type of defect, they're relatively stable, until we hit about 9 months, where we said, well, okay, she's really behind. I think at 9 months she only weighed 14 pounds. Michelle was saying, it's time.
We take the great veins of the heart and we directly connect them to the arteries in the lungs.
In 3 weeks or so, she looks like a different child. Her cheeks had filled out, she had color, her eyes were bright, she was alert. Although she was doing very well, she had, a few things. Her legs were weak. I mean, they were just compared to another 5-year-old. And we'd taken her to Irish Fest, and she really did just love it and trying to dance.
So yeah, she started dancing and she fell in love with it, quick.
Because Caitlin is unique, her venous anatomy was somewhat different, and we were able to wait a little bit longer before doing that second procedure.
I do remember because at this point she's aware that we're going to go in for another surgery. She asked, when can I dance again? She came out of surgery well. Then we knew that we weren't going to have to deal with that for a long time.
I've just kind of stayed the same since then.
Back in 2003, Caitlin walked in as a beginner and has now today made it to the highest and most elite level of Irish dancing that only a very small group of dancers ever make it to.
We had decided to try not to make a big deal out of what is a big deal, and so we thought that the dance would help strengthen her.
It can get to 15 hours a week. It's a lot.
It's very unusual to have to limit somebody with a single pumping chamber and a Fontan because they kind of know what they can do, so they don't generally get themselves into trouble. Exercise is good. It's probably worse to say you can't do that.
I've never had an issue with pushing myself. I mean, it's always just been normal for the teachers to be on you, telling you that you can do better, and you always do better.
I was just at a competition. As usual, you talk to their moms, and one of them telling me, I never realized ever that she had all these other complicating factors. And I think that's one of the things, I'll say the whole community gets to take credit for.
Her passion and her drive to be the best that she could be has always been there, and that's truly what's helped get her to where she is today.
At the end of my sophomore year and my junior year, I got to go on 2 trips overseas, one to Estonia and Poland, and then in tour in Italy for a couple weeks, which was a lot of fun.
I think Caitlin's heart disease is a good example of without research, without funds, we really wouldn't be able to take care of them like we do today.
We look back and we said these surgeries that were done, we ended up in a city with one of the best children's hospitals in the country, with probably the best cardiac center, with literally one of the best surgeons in the world. Aren't we blessed? That doesn't happen without researchers and physicians having a passion about what they're doing, but they need the resources to make these things a reality. If we're not here doing this and helping, it's not going to happen.